Awesome. So this day is going to be about learning and doing amazing things, and about taking opportunities and what you can do with those opportunities. It's also about the realities of leadership. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult than we think it might be. Just say yes more. So Danny said, this is amazing. What if I say yes to everything? And so he goes home, and the phone rings, and there's someone trying to tell him double grazing. And the guy says, do you fancy a quote? Danny says, yes. And the guy says, wow, that was quick. All right, when can we come round? When are you free? And Danny says, just in the spirit of openness, any time. When are you free? And the guy says, oh wow, Tuesday morning, say 11 o'clock? Danny says, yes, absolutely. Let's ignore the fact that he has work. But yeah. By the way, if you need to bring equipment with you, don't worry about that stuff. Don't worry about the equipment, because I've already got dog grazing. And the guy says, well, why do you want us to come around? Danny says, well, I thought it'd be nice to have a bit of a chat, a cup of tea. You can still give me a quote if you like. And the guy said, are you wasting my time? Danny says, yes. And that's the point where he realises this is something really incredible. What happens if I just say yes to everything for 6 months? He literally turns his life around. And so I saw this, I read this book, and I thought, this is incredible. What if I start doing the same? So that is why I'm here today. But it's also why I do things like, in my spare time, I'm a governor of 2 different schools. Last April, I ran a marathon. I am, there are some incredible things that happen to me in my life, and I think I owe that entirely to being ridiculously over-enthusiastic. I highly recommend that.
So in the end, it actually isn't the idea that matters. I know that sounds like blasphemy standing in a room like this, a place like Oxford. The idea doesn't matter. The knowledge doesn't matter. It's the connecting it to the world that matters. So in the end, it isn't the idea that matters. What matters ends up being you. Because the idea on its own doesn't get connected. You end up connecting it.
It's the change that happens after you're gone, after you leave. If change only happens while you're touching something, then it's temporary. And it's not really change. If it keeps changing after you go, then you know you've had an impact. My corollary to that is the only change that lasts is the change that you create with others. So, what are your goals as a leader? You talked a little bit about the dreams that make you interested in choosing something like AIESEC, but let's be a bit more specific now. What are your goals as a leader?
Jamie, are you too embarrassed to hold it up?
Okay, well we got
just not in the right place. We got the idea that we're towers, and for some reason we thought that was a carousel.
It would be have well-defined roles and responsibilities for each of the members, like in AIESEC.
That people within the group trust each other and that they respect each other, and we thought that again it's always quite important, but especially in the 4th stage, where everyone should know each other and should know that they can rely on other people and can delegate people to do different things. So
you are again to improve your emotional intelligence. So what are the steps that you can take? So maybe you want to have a journal, maybe you want to talk to the people you're with, and secondly, take maybe actions within your LC, because emotional intelligence is about the team and acting together.
What do you think your resources are in your LC?
Money we have.
Yes, the patterns, the different patterns, the different degrees. Really? Your parents, your ODC members, your AIESEC members, they're all your resources.
Making the budget should always be the first step of doing your project. It doesn't matter whether it's an AIESEC project or any other project. But before you start the project, you should know how much money and on what you should spend them.
Sure, that you could think of moving the 6 upwards. Of course, here it's more, but you get the idea. And you could also think of that and balance an equation which, at the very beginning, seems something rationally impossible to solve. So in this case, that would be the proper solution.
Here. ahead.
Oh, so you're reduced ahead somehow. Like,
It's tricky to know, I didn't really
okay, it's a solution. It's a solution. Yeah. I mean, this is innovative.
Where did that damn monkey go? I sent it off ages ago to bring me back another lesson. The change, it can be huge, it's weekly, but it can also be very incremental, and you can do things indirectly. I mean, that's one thing, that's really what AIESEC is about. We don't change the world directly, we change people, and they're there to change the world. The idea that impossible is nothing. And you get change agents, they not only look at existing problems and analyse why things are being done and what harm they're doing, but they also can see when things are going right and how we can still innovate and improve on that.
But if we don't put the things in a good order, we won't be able to. So we should probably make the road, put the road first, then fill the sand, and with the remaining we could put the water.
And guys, thank you very much. You guys have been absolutely incredible. It's been a really amazing day. I've just texted my own AIESEC mentor that he was AIESEC president the year before I started at Oxford. When I was a fresher, he was allocated my mentor. He is my best friend. I just texted him to say, I think I've just been to one of the highest quality AIESEC conferences that I have ever experienced.
And I wasn't sure that with such a small group of people, we would be capable of doing something so big. So I just need to thank you everyone.
It was my first AIESEC conference, and now I'm sure I want to go tomorrow.
I've got to say, I really, really love it. It's been a great way to get in Bristol people who wouldn't ordinarily been able to go to a conference to see, get a taste of what AIESEC's about. I want to thank you guys for a really good job of running it, cramming so much into just 6 hours? 7 hours of stuff, including lunch. Really great. I'm kind of tempted to run a Bristol one.
Really good time today. Again, to reiterate Jamie's point, I was very impressed with the amount of things that were crammed into one day, and there are quite a couple of sessions that I'd never really seen in an AIESEC conference before, and so managed to cover new ground as well for me. Also an old timer, having done many AIESEC conferences.